So this is what we have, a layout of keypads and a text view. And what we will do next is to write more code in our activity to handle events coming from our buttons. So we will just handle two buttons for now, button 1 and button 2, digit 1 and digit 2. And every time we press one of these buttons, a text will appear on the text view area. So how do we do that? First step is we need to add the tag implements. And the interface that we want to use is OnClick Listener. And if you look at the list here, there are two options for OnClick Listener. One is under Android view, and the second one is under Android content dialog interface. We do want to use the one from Android.view.view. Because we are implementing an interface, we are required to provide the method defined by the interface. In IntelliJ, if you click on that interface name, a light bulb icon will show up, and one of the options is implement methods. So this is the method that we have to write. This is very similar to action perform in Swing when we are using Action Listener. And the incoming parameter that we get here will be the object that we press on our screen, on our UI. So we are going to work with two buttons and one text view. I do need to declare a variable or two. And the other variable will be a text view. Let's call it result. So because Android separates the activity code from the UI in XML file, we have to make the connection between the two. So we need to obtain a reference to all the buttons and a text view. And the method that we want to call here is findViewById. And that ID is in the format of the resource. If you remember the syntax, that will be like r.id.digit1. And I have to typecast the return type to a button. Repeat this step for the other button. Button 2. And of course I need to change the ID, and I will do the same for my text view result. The typecast type would be text view, and I'm going to use findViewById r.id.result. So now I have a reference to my two buttons and the text view. Now I can set up my listener by calling set OnClickListener, because this class implements the OnClickListener interface. So now I can say this class. I will repeat that code for the second button. And now I'm ready to write something in here. Let's say I'm going to check if we click on button 1, we are going to put a text on the result. Let's say we'll just say 1 is pressed. And we are going to add an else if button 2 is pressed, then I will change the output. 2 is pressed. I just realized that we didn't use the right variable name here. So no compile error. Let's run it. So this is our calculator. Let's see if pressing 1 and 2 will change the text output. Yes, it works.